Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could change your life forever. Not just any coin, but a 2022 Lincoln penny, 1 cent, that today's collectors are willing to pay up to $770,000 for. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth almost $1 million. Now, before you rush to check your coin jar, let me ask you, could you spot the one penny that could make you a millionaire? Or would it slip through your fingers, lost in a stack of loose change? Here's the thing. Millions of Americans are sitting on fortunes in their pocket change, completely unaware. And today, you're about to discover how one small coin could turn an ordinary life into an extraordinary story. But first, a little warning. Not every penny is a golden ticket. In fact, most are worthless in comparison. The fear of missing out, that's real. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why some pennies are priceless, while others are just, well, pennies. Let's rewind for a moment. The Lincoln penny, first minted in 1909, was meant to commemorate one of the greatest presidents in U.S. history. Over a century later, these coins aren't just currency. They're pieces of history, each carrying a story, a rarity, and a value that can astonish even seasoned collectors. 2022 may seem like yesterday, but some of these pennies already carry secrets that could make them worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. What sets them apart? A slight minting error, a rare die, or a misprint that seems insignificant to the untrained eye, but priceless to the collector's world. Now, here's a question that might make you chuckle. Did you know someone once sold a penny for more than a used car? Shocking, right? And yet, it's true. This is the world you're stepping into, a world where knowledge equals money, and attention to detail can make you a fortune. But how do you know if your penny is one of these rare treasures? And more importantly, how do you turn it into a life-changing sum? Keep watching, because the next part will reveal the insider secrets. Most people overlook their pennies because they think, it's just a cent, and that mindset is exactly what keeps fortunes hidden in old jars and drawers across America. But here's where it gets exciting, and a little scary. 2022 Lincoln pennies are appearing in circulation, and while millions are minted, only a select few carry unique markings that collectors will pay up to $770,000 for. Mistakes in the minting process, rare finishes, or subtle anomalies, these are the golden tickets. And the clock is ticking. The longer your penny sits forgotten, the more someone else might snatch that opportunity. Now, imagine this scenario. You're cleaning your drawer, sipping your morning coffee, and there it is, a penny that could change your life. Your heart races. Your mind spins. Do you sell it, or do you hold it, hoping it becomes even rarer? This is where fear, excitement, and urgency collide. The market is moving fast. Every day, rare coins disappear into private collections, auctions, and online sales. Hesitate and you could miss out. But don't worry, we're about to guide you through exactly what to look for, how to authenticate it, and how to sell it for the highest possible value. Oh, and one more thing. Have you ever wondered why some coins sell for millions while nearly identical ones remain worthless? The answer isn't luck. It's the story behind the coin. And trust me, some of these 2022 pennies have stories that will shock you. Stick around, because in the next act, we're diving into the astonishing secrets that could make you a fortune overnight. Now, let's uncover the truth. The value of a 2022 Lincoln penny isn't just about the metal. It's about history, rarity, and the thrill of discovery. Collectors are willing to pay extraordinary sums for coins that tell a story, coins that are part of a living history, coins that are one of a kind. Here's the kicker. Even if you find a penny in your pocket that seems ordinary, you can't know its potential until you inspect it carefully. And that's where experts come in. Authentication, grading, and market research are your keys to turning a dusty coin into a life-changing windfall. But here's the part most people miss. They wait too long. While you're watching this video, someone else might be listing that rare 2022 Lincoln penny online, ready to sell it for hundreds of thousands of dollars. That urgency, that's real, and it's why action is everything. So, here's what you need to do. Check your coins, educate yourself, and don't dismiss anything as just a penny, because in the next moment, history could be in your hand, waiting for you to claim it. And if you're still wondering whether you could be sitting on a fortune, here's a little cliffhanger for you. One penny discovered in a U.S. home in 2022 already sold for over $770,000. The question is, could the next one be yours? Don't wait. Don't underestimate the pennies in your jar. Take a moment today, search your drawers, check your change, and educate yourself on the rare Lincoln pennies of 2022. Your life could change in a heartbeat. And remember, history rewards the curious, the observant, and the bold. Will you be the next one to uncover a hidden treasure, or will someone else seize the opportunity first? Did you know that the little copper coin jingling in your pocket could be worth more than a luxury car? Yes, that's right. Today, we're diving into the incredible story of the 2018 Lincoln penny, a 1-cent coin currently valued at a staggering $5,670,000. But here's the thing. Most Americans don't realize the treasure they may already own. Imagine finding a coin in your drawer that could change your life overnight. Feels exciting and terrifying, right? But before we get ahead of ourselves, let me ask you, have you ever held a coin and wondered if it's just a coin or a secret key to unimaginable wealth? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how these pennies could make millionaires out of everyday people like you. Let's step back for a moment. Lincoln pennies have been part of American history since 1909, but the 2018 edition, that one stands out in ways that will blow your mind. You might be asking, what makes a 1-cent coin from just 5 years ago worth millions? Here's the secret: rarity, condition, and history converge to create something far more valuable than face value. Only a few exist in pristine condition, minted with errors that collectors hunt like treasure hunters seeking lost gold. And the market? It's insane. Imagine a coin sitting quietly in a drawer, ignored for years, suddenly becoming the centerpiece of a multimillion-dollar auction. Now, let's be honest, most people throw away coins without even a second glance. That's fear knocking on your door, fear of missing out on something life-changing. But don't panic. Today, I'll guide you through what to check, what mistakes to avoid, and why time is literally money in the world of rare pennies. Quick question. If a coin could turn you into a millionaire overnight, would you check your couch cushions tonight? Or are you still hoping it's just a fantasy? Collectors across the country have made fortunes selling coins just like this. And here's the kicker. The market is hotter than ever. The longer you wait, the higher the stakes. You could be sitting on a fortune, completely unaware. Here's the bottom line. That 2018 Lincoln penny is not just a piece of copper. It's a ticket to wealth for the savvy and the informed. And if you live in the US, there's a very real chance you or someone you know could be holding one right now. But here's where it gets intense. Mistakes can cost millions. Misjudging condition, failing to authenticate, or selling to the wrong buyer could mean missing out on life-changing money. That's why timing, knowledge, and action are everything. So what should you do next? Look through your collection, dig into drawers, even check old piggy banks. The key is awareness. The thrill of discovery, the fear of missing out, the excitement of knowing you could be one step away from financial freedom. And here's something I haven't told you yet. There's a rare variation of this 2018 Lincoln penny that could multiply that $5,670,000 value even further. Only a few exist, and they're changing hands behind closed doors. Want to know exactly what it looks like and how to spot it? Stick around for our next video, because this could be the coin that changes everything. If you've ever dreamed of discovering hidden wealth in everyday life, this is your wake-up call. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Check your pennies, educate yourself, and take action before someone else claims what could have been yours. Remember, history is more than just dates and events. Sometimes, it's sitting quietly in your pocket, waiting to rewrite your future. Have you ever reached into your pocket, pulled out a penny, and thought, it's just 1 cent, who cares? Well, what if I told you that same penny could be worth over $550,000 right now? Yes, $500,000. Hiding in plain sight, maybe even inside your own home. Now pause for a second. Imagine finding that one coin, just one, and suddenly your entire life changes overnight. Bills paid off, dreams funded, financial freedom from something smaller than your thumbnail. Sounds crazy, right? But it's real. And it's happening to people across America who are discovering rare 2000 Lincoln pennies worth more than luxury cars and houses combined. But here's the twist. Most people throw them away without ever knowing it. So before you toss your next penny into a jar or coin tray, stick with me until the end, because I'm going to show you exactly what to look for, how to identify a genuine rare 2000 penny, and why collectors are paying sky-high prices right now. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. The discovery and rising excitement. Why it's worth so much. Alright, let's dig in. In the year 2000, the US Mint struck billions of Lincoln 1-cent coins. But here's the catch. A tiny fraction of those pennies came out with minting errors so rare that experts now call them millionaire mistakes. Some coins were double-dyed, where the image of Lincoln or the letters Liberty appear slightly doubled under magnification. Others show a wide AM, in America on the reverse, tiny differences that separate ordinary change from coins worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now here's where it gets intense. Coin collectors, especially those who know how to spot these variations, are hunting for these 2000-dated pennies like buried treasure. The most valuable examples, verified and graded in pristine condition, have fetched offers reaching $550,000 in private auctions. That's not an internet myth. It's part of the booming collectible coin market that's exploding in 2025. And if you think, I'm too old, or I don't have any special coins, think again. Many of these rare 2000 pennies are still in circulation, hidden in drawers, old jars, even forgotten piggy banks passed down through families. So here's my question. When was the last time you actually checked your loose change? Because the difference between a 1-cent coin and $500,000 might be sitting right in front of you. Pattern interrupt, quick humor and reset. Hold on, don't go running to your couch cushions just yet. I know what you're thinking. I'm about to tear my sofa apart, but stay with me. Before you start rating every coffee jar, let's make sure you know exactly what to look for, so you don't mistake an ordinary coin for a jackpot. Act 3, the payoff, urgency, and call to action. Here's the reality. Most people watching videos like this one will never act. They'll finish the video, maybe glance at a few coins, and then forget about it. But a few, just a few, will take this seriously. They'll grab a magnifying glass, a good light, and start examining their pennies one by one. And those are the people who'll make headlines. Because as the demand for rare coins keeps skyrocketing, and the supply of genuine error pennies keeps shrinking, the value only climbs higher. Collectors from around the world, China, Dubai, London, even inside the US, are offering record-breaking prices for authentic pieces. You don't need to be a coin expert. You just need curiosity, patience, and a little belief that you could be the next person holding a 6-figure penny. Think about it. While others scroll through social media or complain about money, you could be unlocking a fortune with what's already in your pocket. So before this video ends, make yourself a promise. Check your coins today. Look for that 2000 Lincoln penny with the wide AM or double die features. Because opportunities like this don't come twice. And you never know when that simple copper coin could turn into a life-changing discovery. Cliffhanger ending. Keep them hooked, and here's something most people don't know. The 2000 penny isn't even the only one worth a fortune. There's another Lincoln penny from a nearby year that's quietly breaking records right now, and hardly anyone's talking about it. I'll reveal that secret coin in my next video. So if you're serious about finding hidden money in your change, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Because the next penny I'm about to show you could make this one look cheap. Remember, it's not just a penny. It's potentially your passport to $550,000. Check your change. Your treasure might already be in your hands. Have you ever looked at a simple penny and thought, what if this tiny coin could change my life forever? Sounds crazy, right? But here's the truth. A single 1980 Lincoln penny, yes, that ordinary brown coin hiding in your change jar, has shocked collectors by reaching a current market value of up to $780,000. Before you toss away that old penny, let me tell you something that might just make you check every coin you've ever owned. Because right now, somewhere in America, someone is walking around with a fortune in their pocket, and they don't even know it yet. Now, don't go diving into your couch cushions just yet, because first, you need to know what makes a 1980 penny so rare and valuable. And trust me, by the time you finish this video, you'll never look at your change the same way again. So, what's so special about the 1980 Lincoln penny? Let's rewind for a second. The 1980s were a turning point for U.S. coinage. The transition from solid copper to copper-plated zinc was on the horizon. Most pennies struck in 1980 were made of 95% copper, But a handful of experimental pieces, error coins, and flawless mint strikes became the hidden treasures we now chase today. Imagine this, a coin struck just slightly off-center, or with a double die error on the date or lettering. To the untrained eye, it's just a small flaw, but to collectors, that flaw is pure gold. Literally, these pennies have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars at major coin auctions. And here's the thrilling part. Most of these valuable coins weren't locked in museums or safe boxes. They were found in circulation by everyday people. A teenager checking his old lunchbox coins. A retiree rolling up change for a bank deposit. Ordinary Americans suddenly holding extraordinary history in their hands. Now, I know what you're thinking. Seriously? A single penny worth $780,000. Yes, because rarity, condition, and demand create the perfect storm in the world of numismatics. A penny with the right mint mark, pristine condition, and unique strike can make even the humblest collector an overnight millionaire. But here's where it gets interesting and a little scary. Most people spend these valuable pennies without realizing their worth. One wrong trip through a vending machine, and a small fortune disappears forever. So ask yourself, how many of those 1980 pennies have you overlooked? How many chances have you missed? Now let's talk about the current market value. Verified auctions have seen pristine 1980 pennies with errors sell for over $780,000, and the interest keeps growing. Coin collectors worldwide are racing to find these hidden gems. If you're living in the US and you've got a jar of old coins, now's the time to check. Look for sharp details, clear mint marks, especially those from Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco, and any signs of double die errors or unusual thickness. Even the tiniest difference could mean a massive payday. And if you're wondering where to start, here's a clue. Older homes, family collections, estate boxes, and even thrift store coin jars can hide life-changing finds. Sometimes, the next millionaire isn't the one working harder. It's the one looking closer. Now picture this. You're holding a coin minted 45 years ago. It's dull, worn, maybe forgotten. But suddenly, you realize this little piece of metal might just be your golden ticket. Sounds unbelievable? Maybe. But so did the stories of people who found them, until their pennies sold for the price of a house. So here's my challenge to you. After this video, grab a magnifying glass, open your coin jar, and start searching. Because the next 1980 Lincoln penny worth $780,000 could be sitting right in front of you. Have you ever thought a single penny could change your life? Imagine finding a small brown coin in your drawer, the same kind you've ignored for years, only to realize it's worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. Sounds unbelievable, right? But hold on, because in the world of rare coins, this is happening right now. Today, we're diving into the story of the 1970 Lincoln penny, one of America's most shocking hidden treasures. It's a coin that people once used to buy a stick of gum, but now, collectors are paying up to $780,000 for the right one. Yes, you heard that right, $780,000 for one penny. But here's the twist. Most people in the United States who have this coin don't even know it. They might have tossed it in a jar or left it stuck between couch cushions. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, why it's worth so much, and how it could turn you into a millionaire overnight. Before we start, let me ask, when was the last time you really looked at your pennies? If your answer is never, well, that might just change after what I'm about to tell you. Let's rewind to the year 1970. America was in the middle of massive change. Moon missions, rock and roll, and a new decade of hope and unrest. Somewhere inside the US Mint, a small mistake slipped through the cracks. A rare die variation of the 1970s Lincoln cent was created, what collectors now call the 1970s double die obverse penny. At first glance, it looks like any other penny. But when you hold it under light, boom, you'll notice something strange. The words "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" appear slightly doubled, almost as if your eyes are playing tricks on you. But that's no illusion. It's the mark of a rare minting error. Now here's the shocking part. Some of these 1970 pennies were struck using an old master die from 1969, creating a bizarre and valuable hybrid. These coins are so rare, they make coin dealers' hearts race faster than stock traders watching Bitcoin spike. But let's bring this closer to home. Every year, thousands of Americans, many of them retirees, young collectors, even teenagers, are finding hidden gems in their coin jars. Just last year, a lucky finder sold one of these rare 1970 pennies at auction for over $780. Now tell me, what would you do if you found one in your old coffee tin right now? Pay off your mortgage? Start a business? Or maybe finally take that dream trip you've been putting off for years? Hold up, don't go running to your piggy bank just yet. I know some of you are already flipping cushions and raiding your coin jars. But stay with me, because I'm about to tell you how to spot the real deal. And this part could be the difference between 1 cent and $780,000. Here's what to look for. The 1970s double-die obverse penny will have the S mint mark under the year, and most importantly, you'll see clear doubling in the date and letters, especially the Liberty. If you have a magnifying glass or a phone camera, zoom in. That tiny detail could be your ticket to life-changing money. But remember, every second counts. As word spreads, collectors are racing to buy these coins before they disappear into private collections forever. You might think you'll check your coins someday, but by then, the market could shift, and opportunities like this don't wait around, so here's your wake-up call. Go check your drawers, your jars, your old boxes in the attic. Ask your parents, your grandparents, anyone who might have saved old change from the 1970s. You never know, the next big story of a coin that sold for nearly $1 million might be you. And if you do find one, remember, you heard it here first, because this isn't just about a penny. It's about how something ordinary, something forgotten, can still hold extraordinary power. Now, before you rush off to dig through your coins, here's a little teaser for my next video. There's another US penny out there worth even more than this one, and most collectors don't even realize it exists. You won't want to miss it. So hit that subscribe button, because next time we're uncovering the Lincoln penny that could make the $780,000 coin look cheap. Remember, the smallest coin in your pocket might just be your biggest fortune waiting to be discovered. Imagine this. You're standing in line at your local grocery store, counting your change, and one of those copper coins in your palm, that little 1964 Lincoln penny, could secretly be worth up to $50,000. Sounds unbelievable, right? But what if I told you that this small, brown cent, the one most people overlook or toss into jars, could hold the key to an unexpected fortune? Let's pause for a second. When was the last time you actually looked at your pennies? I mean, really looked, not just saw a coin, but saw history hiding in plain sight. Here's a question to wake you up. What if your next coffee is paid for not by your paycheck, but by a single coin sitting forgotten in your drawer? Because in this story, that's exactly what's happening for people across the United States. In 1964, millions of Lincoln pennies rolled out of the US Mint. Most were ordinary, but just a few, were struck with extraordinary errors, mint variations, and rare compositions that turned them into modern-day gold mines. And one thing is certain, these coins are still out there. Act 2. The mystery and the value. Now let's dive deeper. The 1964 Lincoln penny might seem common, but here's where things get fascinating. During that year, America was shifting its metal composition and coinage technology. Certain 1964 pennies were accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets, a rare mix of copper, bronze, and even leftover silver layers from earlier years. That's like minting history by mistake. And collectors today love those mistakes. One known example of a 1964 penny with a double die obverse, where Lincoln's features appear slightly doubled, fetched tens of thousands at auction. Another with an off-center strike and perfect red luster sold for over $50,000. Think about that. 1 cent turning into $50,000. That's not pocket change, that's life-changing. And here's where the story gets even more thrilling. Some experts believe that rare, uncirculated 1964 pennies could still be hidden in collections, jars, and attics across the country, untouched for decades. Now imagine this. Maybe your grandfather's old coin box. Maybe that dusty mason jar in your garage. Maybe, right now in your wallet. Could it be there? Hold that thought, because in a moment, I'll tell you exactly what signs to look for to know if your penny is the next jackpot coin. But first, a quick reality check. You know why most people never discover rare coins, even when they own them? Because they don't pay attention to details. The revelation and the call to action. Here's what separates the lucky from the wealthy in this hidden world of coins. Collectors and investors, they look for secrets. You can too. First, check the mint mark. Look just below the date. a small D for Denver or no mint mark for Philadelphia. Then look at the details. Doubling on "In God We Trust," Lincoln's eyes, or the lettering. Any faint distortion might mean you're holding one of the rare die errors worth a fortune. And if your penny still gleams with that bright red copper shine, that's what collectors call red mint state. Those can reach prices higher than you'd ever expect, sometimes more than a luxury car. Now, here's the cliffhanger. What if I told you there's an even rarer 1964 penny that most collectors don't even know exists? A coin struck during a minting transition that may have slipped through unnoticed? Stay tuned, because in the next video we'll uncover that mystery. The coin that shouldn't exist but somehow does. So, before you spend your next penny, before you toss that old coin jar aside, take one more look. Because every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story ends in a fortune. And remember, opportunity doesn't always come shining in gold or silver. Sometimes it's coppered. So check your pennies, because your next small discovery could make you the next big story. If this video inspired you, hit subscribe, share it with a friend who still collects coins, and comment below if you found a 1964 penny in your pocket. Who knows? Your story might be the next one we tell. Did you ever hold a penny in your hand and think, this little copper coin could change your entire life? Sounds crazy, right? But what if I told you that one ordinary 2016 Lincoln cent, the same one you might have in your pocket or tucked away in a jar, could be worth up to $560,000 today? Yes, a single penny. Not a rare gold coin, not a silver dollar. Just 1 cent from 2016. Now, before you laugh and toss your change aside, listen closely. Because this story isn't about luck. It's about hidden treasure, hiding in plain sight. Let's start at the beginning. Back in 2016, millions of Lincoln pennies rolled out of the U.S. Mint. Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco. To the average eye, every coin looked identical. But here's the twist. A few of those pennies left the mint with tiny, almost invisible mistakes. Minting errors so rare, collectors today are fighting to get their hands on them. One coin collector in Ohio found one in his old coin roll, a 2016 cent with a double die obverse. Another man discovered one with a misaligned die strike, and he sold it for thousands. And then came the legendary penny, the one graded at nearly perfect condition, struck with a rare die variant, sold for a staggering $560,000 at auction. Imagine realizing your morning coffee money was worth more than your car or your house. But how could that happen? What makes a 2016 penny so special? The revelation: what makes this penny golden? This is where the story gets fascinating. The 2016 Lincoln penny may seem modern, even boring compared to the classics of the 1940s or 1950s, but here's the secret. The U.S. Mint was transitioning through die wear, plating inconsistencies, and minor quality control shifts. A handful of coins were struck off-center, others showed die cracks, and some featured ghost images, double impressions caused by microscopic alignment errors. To a coin collector, these aren't flaws, they're treasures. Think of it like a printing mistake on a famous stamp or a typo in a first edition book. Rarity equals value. Every imperfection makes the coin one of a kind. And that's why even a single penny from 2016 can fetch 6 figures today. So if you're in the US, living with jars of old change sitting in drawers, or dusty coffee tins filled with pennies, maybe it's time to take a closer look. Because one of them could be the key to your next chapter. But here's a question: when was the last time you actually checked your coins? Not glanced at them, but really looked. You might want to start tonight. Pattern interrupt, humor plus engagement. I know what you're thinking. Great. Now I have to dump out every coin jar I've got. Yes. Yes, you do. And while you're at it, maybe check the couch cushions too. You never know. That one penny under your sofa might just pay off your mortgage. The call to action, urgency, and emotion. Here's where it gets real. These rare 2016 pennies are disappearing fast. Collectors, dealers, and auction houses are snapping them up. Once they're gone, they're gone. You see, the value of coins isn't just about metal, it's about time. Every year, the number of flawless examples shrinks. Every coin that gets spent, lost, or scratched loses its collector's value forever. And that's why you watching this right now, hold more power than you think. Because your loose change could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Don't let that chance slip away. Start by checking your 2016 pennies. Look for mint marks, D for Denver, P for Philadelphia. Examine them under good light. Search for doubling in the letters, cracks near Lincoln's face, or that slight off-center strike dot if you find something unusual. Don't spend it. Get it appraised. Contact a professional grader. Because even if it's not the $560,000 coin, it could still be worth thousands. And here's the twist most people don't know. There's a rumor that another 2016 die variety is still out there, undiscovered, possibly worth even more. Somewhere in circulation. Maybe already in someone's hand. Maybe in yours. So the next time you see a 2016 penny, don't just glance. Look closer, because sometimes the smallest coin can carry the biggest fortune. And who knows, the next millionaire might not find their luck in gold or stocks. They might find it in a single penny.